Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to this week's episode of Monday Motivation. So, in case this is the very first time you've ever seen this, my name's Jenny Kovacs, and I am a life coach, a speaker, and also a trainer. But what I really specialise in is helping you to be able to stand out in your world. And one such way I help you to be able to do that is by giving you a little dose of ability activation, because I really believe that you have the ability to do whatever you want. And I also believe that although I share lots of tips to help you juice and get that ability activated, you have it within yourself to be able to do what you want, be who you want, and just get out there in the world in the way that you want to. So I've had a lot of you like this page, so I want to thank you for liking this page. And just so that you know, if you are new to me, I can see number counts of people who are viewing, but I can't see who you are. So if you do join, please type hello in the box below. Either send me a thumbs up or a love heart, and I can also make sure that today Facebook will allow me to see your comments and also any kind of reactions, as they call it. So do kind of get yourself cozy, say hello, just type in the box. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are in the world. And I'm also got my backup of my iPod because I need to be able to see what you say. And so far I can't. Facebook does this sometimes, but that's fine. So Monday Motivations actually came about and started in 2008. Back in 2008, while I was still an employee working in financial services. And I realised that Monday mornings used to get a bit of a bad rap. Monday mornings were the sorts of things that people didn't look forward to. They had this kind of dull reputation of, oh gosh, it's Monday again. So I used to send an email around the office just with a little motivational quote or something like that. And then when I started my business in 2010, I decided to continue the tradition. However, with the rise of things like Facebook Live, with the rise of things like Periscope, I thought it would be even better to bring it to life. And what better and how better to do that than on a Monday morning, bright and early at 7 a.m. So it looks as if I cannot see any comments today. So if I have ignored your comments so far, please bear with me. I am about to look on my trusted iPod and I'm going to turn my volume down so I can see. Oh my life, we've got so many people. So Ivona says, morning Jenny, and those joining here in a second, thank you. Moira says, hi Jenny, and she's saying hi to Ivona as well. I love it that you all say hello. Hey, we've got Penny on. Hi Penny, I saw Penny on one of Ivona's Facebook Lives, so nice to see you and meet you. Alan's here as well, he's saying good morning to everyone. And yeah, do feel free to pop something in the post. And that sounded like old school, pop something in the post, didn't it? Write something on an envelope, put a stamp on it, write me a postcard and send it. But do put something in the box below just to say hi. Really great to see you and welcome you. So today has got an interesting title, hasn't it? Today's title, hey, Julia's on. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining, Julia. Today is going to seem like a really strange subject to have for a Monday Motivation, but bear with me. Now, I actually went to a funeral on Friday, and that seems like the most strangest thing to associate with the word Monday, you know, and motivation. But here's what my method to my madness. In life, I often see like brilliance in people. Sometimes I see it before they can see it too. So I could maybe be seen as persuasive. I could maybe be seen as giving somebody a gentle push in the direction of their dreams. And I don't mind doing that because even if they can't see the way, they can't see the how, I really want people to be able to live life to their fullest. So quite often I'll see somebody do something great and I'll say to them, wow, you know, you do realise you're amazing at doing this. You definitely should do more of it. And 80% of the time I'm met with a, oh, wow, do you think so? Thank you. You know, kind of surprise, shock or whatever. 20% of the time I'm met with suspicion. I'm met with somebody saying, oh, really? Why are you saying that then? And one of the things that I notice, and my life is quite a young life still, I'm still like under 50 years of my life has gone. I'm still in my mid-40s. And one of the things that I recognise a lot is that people don't often tell people how brilliant they are, how great they are, maybe until they've passed. You know, think of it. How many funerals have you been to where people have like told stories and they've shared really great things about somebody in life? So the first thing that I am going to say is, if you know of somebody who could do a little bit of a boost for a Monday, or maybe somebody, one of your friends, or it might be a colleague, it might even be a client, someone that you know has never watched one of these before, I'd love you to share this. You know, just click on the share button, share it on your timeline, and maybe if you're doing it after this, share why you think it's a good idea for somebody else to watch. So one of the things that and I'll keep looking down and just checking the comments. Hey, France Lise is on. She says, morning everyone. Morning, France Lise. So one of the things that I always find really strange is, like, why wait until someone's funeral to tell them how brilliant a person they are? Why wait till someone's funeral to tell them what a life-changing difference they made in the world? Why wait until they can't hear it? Because surely, if that person can just hear how brilliant they are in life, it almost validates, but it also propels them to go further, to go on. So actually, the subject of today's Monday Motivation is all around some of the insights that I got on Friday. So the first thing that I want to say is, this beautiful, beautiful woman with a beautiful heart, a very open heart, was 92 years old. So one of the things that people normally associate with life is that life is short, or short but sweet. I mean, where on earth did that come from? How on earth does that motivate anybody to do anything? We don't know how long we have on this planet. However, whether it's a long time, whether it's a short time, surely let's use that time to not only motivate others and motivate the world, but motivate ourselves to do the things we want to do, to be the things we want to be, to get out there in the world. I mean, does that make any sense to you? If it does, give me a thumbs up or a love heart. That just sounds really morbid, then, you know, tell me. Say, Jenny, what on earth are you talking about? So, oh, Ian's joined us. He's saying good morning to everyone too. Hey, Candy's on. Hi, Candy. Welcome to your, I think, first Monday Motivation. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for the love hearts and the thumbs up there. So, you know, think about the things you want to do in life. I hear lots of people, thankfully not so many that come to work with me or I come into conversation with, but generally out in the world I hear a lot of people say, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. It would be really nice to be able to do A, B and C. If you've got that burning desire in your heart to make a difference, go ahead and make a difference. Now, so the question that I really want you to ponder, and if you feel that you're doing it, by all means pop something in the box. Do you feel that you are doing what you have the time to do? Do you feel like you're doing what you've got the time to do? I wrote some notes down today, so if you see me looking and going like this, it's because I'm trying to read my writing. So many people have like a deep desire to make a difference in their heart, a deep desire to do something in the world, be somebody in the world that they want to be, and they put it off and they put it off until almost they feel like they've run out of time. Why not start now? Why not start now? This brings me on to something that I've been speaking about recently. So some really dear friends, I've written a post about this. There's a lovely book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And in there he talks about jumping and the net will appear. So sometimes we don't know how something's going to happen. We just need to make the jump and the net appears to catch us. Now, in recent years, this really highly motivational book, that one line has sometimes been misconstrued and changed into something that says, be reckless and just go out there and do it regardless. And I know that in the self-employment world, in the entrepreneurial world, for some people, this has caused them to make big leaps without any discernment. So do have a look out for the article. I actually post it on this page, I think, a bit later on this morning. But do have a look out for the article that talks about the kind of leaping and that whole piece. Now, if you've got a desire in your heart to change the world, maybe to make the world a happier place, whether you're self-employed or not, you can still do that. You can do it by the people that you look at. You can do it by the people, by helping people around you. You don't have to be self-employed. You don't even have to be a life coach or similar to do it. You can make a difference to those people whose lives that you're part of. You can make a difference to the people you see every day at work. You can make a difference to your family's lives. You can make a difference to those friends that are close around you. It doesn't matter how you do it, but if you've got that feeling in your gut to do it and in your heart to do it, then go for it, then do it. And I can see one of my school friends has joined, so if you're watching, hello. I won't out to you. I was in Huntingdon on Friday, very briefly. So the lovely memory that I have of this lovely family friend, the ripe old age of 92 years old, that when we went to the funeral on Friday, it was celebrating her life. It was celebrating all the juicy things that she did in the world. It was celebrating what she brought to people's lives. And I think everybody in that room had really fond memories of her because she made such an impact. So, hey Beata, morning. So, are you doing what you feel to do in the time that you've got is the question. It's a rhetorical question. And if you want to put something in the box, then do type in the box. Oh, Alison, hello, my darling. I'm sending you massive kisses. Alison is a really dear friend, school friend of mine. So when I sit here and share these stories, she knows that I'm not making this up. She knows I was raised in Huntingdon and I went to school there because she was there too. It always lights my soul when I see people that I kind of grew up with and went to school with. So a couple of other things I'm going to share with you, which were really great insights into how we can get out there more, how we can do the things that we want to do in our life, regardless of our budget, regardless of our upbringing, regardless of our background, regardless of what we think we have going on in our lives. Hey, Diana's on. This is like a little reunion. Good to see you. So hi, Diana. So the first thing, and I'm talking about the fact that I actually went to a funeral of a lovely woman who was 92 years old on Friday, and how some of those insights actually are really motivational for those of us that want to do stuff in our life, be stuff in our life, make a difference in our lives and the lives of others. So Ivona says, yeah, I'm in the right direction of doing what I want to do. I guess age has a lot to do with it. Why wait? Absolutely, absolutely. So the first lesson that I learned, people say life is short. No, life is long. So take the bull by the horns. I have to apologise because I've been using the word balls a lot because there's something about that term, having balls, having tenacity, having guts and going for it, almost grabbing life by those proverbials, you know. There's an energy behind it that gets you going, keeps you going and keeps you motivated. So it's a clean word, but you know, there are worse I could use. But when I say it's like having guts, having balls, having tenacity, having courage, life is long, life is long. So grab those opportunities to make that difference while you can. Make a difference to your life, make a difference to others' lives. There's nothing selfish about making a difference to your life so that you can help others too. In fact, I think that's one of the most motivating things you can do. So for those of you that kind of reflect on these or have a journal, then, you know, are you doing what you feel to do in the time that you've got? Now, the second thing I found motivating, and I'm looking at my notes now, is the recognition of those who played a part in our life. Imagine this. I went to school in Huntingdon. I grew up in Huntingdon. And because my mum no longer lives there, I don't go there as often as I should maybe or could. So I'm back in the town that I grew up, a very small green leafy town in Cambridgeshire. I'm back in the town. I've gone into the funeral service, and I kid you not, I have seen people in that room that I haven't seen for decades, not even a few years, decades. There are some people that I was able to reconnect with on Friday who I haven't seen for like 35 years plus. I mean, that's amazing. And I had this moment of recognition that these people, even though I hadn't seen them for so many years, like formed part of the life, part of the person that I am today. And it's like something to be really appreciative of, something to have gratitude about, something to be grateful for. Because if these people hadn't have touched these elements of my life, even early on, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So who do you know that's played an important part in your life? Go back and think about it from your school days. Go back and think about when you were growing up. Now, it's interesting because people often cling to the memory of, oh, well, when I grew up, I met this person and this wasn't nice and this didn't feel good to me, and and I had a rough upbringing or whatever. But there's always jewels and gems in the rough, isn't there? If you think of an oyster comes from the excrement, but in the middle of it there's a little impurity, and it grows and it turns into a pearl, it turns into a thing of beauty. And I think sometimes we look back on our experiences and we class them as negative, and we class them as the thing that stopped us from doing A, B and C, when really, look for the diamond in the rough. Look for the diamond in the rough. This is not to say that where I grew up was rough or anything else like that, but sometimes we put other people's behaviours, and they taught us our power. They taught us how to be in this world, because they sometimes taught us about things that we didn't want for ourselves, didn't want for others. I'm just reading some of the comments. Penny says, yes, why wait? We must live our purpose. Life is good. Get on with it. Absolutely. What a great thing to reflect on, i.e. who's made an impact in our lives. Absolutely. And I remember talking about my school teacher, Mrs Parchment, who Alison may well remember, our maths teacher. And I recently kind of was trying to seek her out, and I spoke to her daughter, and her daughter was kind of like conveying a message back through the powers of Facebook. And it was funny because she was with another teacher of ours, Mrs Ridgell, but to say that this woman was a maths teacher that made a difference to so many young children's lives. She really lived her purpose. She was a teacher. She didn't feel like she had to go out and be Tony Robbins, but she really lived her purpose in her life. And I wasn't surprised by any stretch of the imagination to find out that even though she's sort of long retired, she's still helping people and children with their maths. I mean, what a way to live a purpose, eh? So recognise and have recognition for the people that have joined us in life, that have played a part of our lives and maybe our earlier lives, and it's something to be celebrated. Certainly put a smile on my face to see so many people in a room that I just hadn't seen for a long time, who formed an important part of my life. Some of them were like, when I last saw them, were kids, and one of them I think I last saw when they were like 5 or 6, So so amazing to see the people that they've become today, and they've gone on to have their own children. So have recognition for the part that people played in their life. And then another couple of insights that I had was being in this room with people that I hadn't seen, some of them that I hadn't seen for so long. It gave me like a snapshot of how my life could have been. It's a bit like Sliding Doors, if you've ever seen the film. So there I was, sat there, my lovely sister with me as well. And it gives you a snapshot of, well, what if I had stayed in Huntingdon? What if I had, not kind of like travelled? What if I had gone and done this career instead of that career? And you get a snapshot of your life. So it gave me some insight into looking into the person that I was all those years ago and the person who I've become today. And which changes, I always believe that you never make a wrong decision in life, that your life takes a different turn. It's like you're walking on a path and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to do a right here and just see what's through there. And you go and explore. So you never make a wrong decision in life. Your life just takes a different turn. And to be able to sit in this room and be able to see all the different directions my life could have taken, no regrets, no beating yourself up, but just to see the different twists and turns in life is definitely something worth reflecting on. The fourth thing was, it occurred to me that, especially for the lady that had passed and the lady whose life we were celebrating, like, it was the foundation of me being and doing anything that I wanted to be. This woman was such a wise woman. This woman was like, in my mind, almost like the mother of Huntingdon. Everybody of my age knew her and used to greet her Mrs Browne. That's all I'm kind of going to say to respect her privacy and that of her families. But everybody knew her. She had such an impact on the lives of people that she met. She really believed in, I would say, the true meaning of a bigger purpose, a higher purpose. It's like she she didn't do things for herself. She did things for the good of everybody around her. And she definitely, I think, tapped into something bigger out there. And I think that's how she lived her life, which is why she made such an amazing difference. So for those of you that feel like you're in any form of struggle right now, anything feels hard, remember that you're not alone. Remember that you've always got people around you. And if you are of maybe a religious or a spiritual belief, remember that you've got that help from people out there as well. For those of you that think, I just want the help of people on this earth, remember that I do have a lovely, lovely group. We've just had so much fun getting to meet members of the group called the Visibility Vibes Tribe. Now, even if you don't have a business, even if you're out there making a difference in the world and doing things that maybe the people around you don't get, don't understand, they don't understand why you want to write a blog about something, they don't understand why you want to put certain elements of your life out there in the world, they don't understand why you want to raise money for charities, make a difference, they don't understand why you want to live your life differently. Well, there's 400 or over 470 people in that group that completely get it. That when you say, I want to do things different, I want to be different, I want to make a difference, I don't even know how, they'll rally you on. So do have a look for the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group. And, you know, as soon as this is over, if you're not part of that group, come in and you know, collaborate, offer advice, ask questions. They are the juiciest bunch of people, which I call the Vibers, the juiciest bunch of people you will ever meet on the planet. So, you know, do come in and say hi. So, yeah, the foundations of your life, you can be anything. This lady, Mrs Browne, was like, you know, from a young age. I first met Mrs Browne when I was 4 years old. Probably even 3 years old, you know. I was a really young child and she just had such a beautiful energy. She absolutely adored children and she really kind of nurtured and nourished them, and to let them know that they could do and be the things that they wanted to do. She was never forceful with it. So the thing that I reflected on here is like, who do we remember as the person close to us that was our you can do anything you want. Often it's teachers around us, but it could have been somebody else. It could have been a parent. So, hey, Lisa's on. Morning, Lisa. Hi. So who is it that you think about that was the foundation for you of the you can do, you can be anything you want? Now, sometimes these come in funny guises. They come in guises where someone maybe consistently told you, you know, shh, you're a child, don't say anything. But you know what? On the other side of that, you realise that actually I have got a lot to say and I'm going to say it. You might have been on the receiving end of some really, let's call it shonky behaviour, but it might be now as an adult with a clearer lens of the world, you're like, that behaviour wasn't acceptable, but it showed me the powerful person that I am today. And the fifth thing, so let me just recap over some of the insights. So there's 5 of them all together. So the first one is life is long. Life isn't short, life is long. Grab it by the balls and do everything that you want to do in the time that you have. The second one was recognition of those who played an important part, a pivotal part into forming the people that we were, the people that we are, the people we've become today. The third thing was like, look at who you were back then and look at who you are now, and have a look at the different paths of the sort of person that you could have become. Don't use this as an exercise to beat yourself up. Use this as an exercise to propel yourself into the person that you are today. I believe that our life paths happen for a reason. So propel yourself into the person that you are today and acknowledge and appreciate and have gratitude for those life paths and those experiences that we had. And the fourth thing was like, recognise the foundations of the you can be anything that you want to be. Now, this page is facebook.com/Jenny Make It Happen. I don't make anything happen for you. I believe that I'm almost like a catalyst. I believe that you have got your own ability, and in some respects what I love to do is to activate and help you to activate your ability to be brilliant. That's why I do these Monday motivations. That's why I get out of bed. Penny she makes a really interesting point here. She says, we can do anything we want. We have to give ourselves permission to do it. I'm blessed that so many people have believed in me. Absolutely. And the people believing in you definitely makes a difference. But what that says to me, Penny, is that you searched within and went, you know what? I can do anything I want. I can be anything I want. I can have anything I want. And when you claim that, when you own that, when you give yourself that permission, then the people around you who believe in you, that can support you and attract you, they flock from so many different places, so many different places. So have that belief to be, to do, to have, to own the thing that you want. Now, the fifth reflection was that, you know, this lady was a woman, and she wasn't a woman of many words. I often joke that here I am on a Facebook Live, flapping my gums, chatting away. Now, she wasn't a woman of many words, but I tell you what, the words that she spoke were really like full of innate wisdom. They were wise, they mattered, and they made a difference. And this point number 5 was like quite a big light bulb moment even for me. All well and good flapping my gums, but to make sure that I'm always on purpose, that to make sure that I'm sharing wisdom, to make sure that I'm showing not the best version of myself in the world to hide any element of me, but really making a difference. Because, you know, words are powerful. What we say is powerful. How we show up in the world is powerful. Let's use our words to like really ignite people, really motivate people, really make a difference in the world. Those are the points that I've got for the Monday motivation. So if you've got any questions or comments, please do type them in the box below. But the one thing that I wanted to say with our words, with our wisdom, with what we share out there in the world is like, go forth and be awesome. Go forth and make a difference. And one of the most important people that we sometimes forget to be wise to and to use those words with are ourselves. So if you're not feeling great in the world for whatever reason, start your practice by using those wise words on yourself. You will make such a difference to yourself that you cannot not help but go out in the world and make such a huge difference to others too. Who's with me on that? If you are, say yeah, definitely, I'm going to make the difference. So Ivona says yes, owe it and give yourself permission. Absolutely. I often talk about this as putting your stake in the ground, and it's as true whether you're a business owner that's putting your stake in the ground for being brilliant in the way that you want to be in the world, as it is for putting your stake in the ground and allowing yourself to be the person that you want to be. It's like the lovely mentor Lisa Sasevich that I've had the privilege of working with and also getting to know as a person always says, Queen, assume your throne. No more powerful words than those, I think. So Ivona says that she's so with me on that. Penny says, thank you, Jenny, your words are so wise. Oh, thank you. I feel like the legacy of Mrs Browne lives on, because I had so many light bulb moments. This could have been like a 25-point thing that I've learned. But I appreciate that you've all given me a lovely chance to share your Monday mornings with you. So thank you so much for those. Beata says, absolutely. I want to say thank you for joining me this Monday. I want you to go out and make your difference in the world, and I want you to go out and be the absolute best person you can be without any pressure on yourself. Be loving and kind and gentle to yourself as much as you are loving and kind and gentle to others. And, you know, look for the insights. Know that life is long. Know that you can be anything that you want to do and be. And know that if you need people around you to support you, that there are many different supports out there, both online and in the flesh. One such support is the lovely, juicy Visibility Vibers. Thank you so much for the love hearts and all the love. Thank you for joining me. And let me know either in the box below or over in the group, how are you motivating yourself today? So many of you are very quick to tell me how you motivate others. How are you going to motivate yourself today? Let's have a day of showing yourself love and being kind. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for popping your comments in there. And Ivona says thank you. No, thank you. Amazing Monday motivation. Thank you, Jenny. No, that's okay, France Lees. Really needed this morning. I think we all did. You know, there's a big misconception that people do this, that I'm some sort of guru that goes out and blesses the world. But I think I bless myself before I bless the world. So thank you for being a part of that journey. So Candy, thank you for joining me. Penny, thank you for joining me. Alan, you're more than welcome. Thanks. Thank you for joining. Candy, I've said. Julia, high-fiving you, Julia. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Ivona. Thank you, France Lees. Thank you, Beata. Thank you, Penny. I hope I have remembered everyone. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Ian. and look forward to seeing you later on. Have an awesomely fantastic motivational day. The sun's out in London, yay! Off to Greenwich Park for me for my morning walk. Lots of love to you all. Bye for now.